Welcome to our channel, where we explore the depths of the human spirit and the mysteries of the inner vision. Today, we dive into Henry Victor Morgan's enlightening piece, The Opening of the Inner Vision. Prepare to expand your consciousness and see beyond the ordinary. Let's awaken the visionary within. This is the day of fulfillment, the creative constructive prophecy of Joel, and it shall come to afterward, that I will pour out my Spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my Spirit, is coming into abundant realization. What of old was considered exceptional and miraculous is fast becoming so commonplace that the man or woman in whom the transcendent powers of telepathy, clairvoyance, and prophetic vision are not made manifest will be considered abnormal. The star of cosmic intelligence shines brightly on the horizon of thought, and all eyes shall see the glory of the Lord and be satisfied. A deeper consciousness of soul is bringing to the children of men a new vision of possible attainment. Science and religion have clasped hands and side by side are working for man's emancipation. The old order perishes so that the new order may appear. Millions now living know from actual experience that the eyesight has another eyesight and the hearing another hearing, that the Father that dwells in them knows all things and can and does give it to all whose eyes turn to inward celestial instruction and divine guidance. Of old, there was but one school of prophets in which the nature and capacity of the human soul for direct inspiration and cosmic knowing was taught and demonstrated. Today, in every hamlet of civilization, earnest men and women meet for class instruction in the things of the Spirit. There are literally now thousands of schools of the prophets. Besides the many journals devoted exclusively to soul science, the popular magazines are devoting pages to things transcendent, and from the most unexpected sources come inspirational instruction from those on whom the Spirit has been poured and in whom the consciousness of soul gloriously manifests. Titled noblemen hire great theatres to tell of the things the eyes of their souls have seen and the ears of their souls have heard, and the renewing from within that their bodies have experienced. Trained physicians are bearing witness to the discovery of the healing power of God where all material means have failed. The world's greatest genius of horticulture, who has written his name in letters of light on the annals of history, writes gloriously of his experience in telepathy and physical healing through purely metaphysical processes. Truly can they who stand upon the hilltops of creative thought shout for joy and sing triumphantly, "Mine eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord." It is the science of the invisible, the realm from which man may think and work as God. It is the science of the soul, that realm invisible to the outer sight but easily discernible to all who have experienced, or who desire to experience the Great Awakening. It is that marvelous realm of power that Jesus called the kingdom of God, and to whose beatitude the understanding of Paul was opened on that memorable journey to Damascus, when he was made aware that the dead do not die but work from realms invisible to sense. It is the world that was opened to Carlyle one wintry day in Edinburgh, concerning which he writes, "Divine moment, when over the tempest-tossed soul, as once over the wild weltering chaos, it is spoken, 'Let there be light.' Even to the greatest that has felt such moment is it not marvelous and God-announcing, even as under simpler figures to the simplest and least. The mad primeval discord is hushed. Instead of a dark wasteful chaos we have a blooming, fertile, heaven-encompassed world. Emerson describes it as the day of days. The great day of the feast of life is that in which the inward eye opens to the unity in things, to the omnipresence of law. In Methodist class meeting, in divine science and Christian Science testimony meetings, hosts of living witnesses bear testimony to this opening of their inner vision that has brought into their lives purposeful power and plenitude of peace. The great Bible classic concerning the opening of the inner vision is the experience of the Apostle John as recorded in the book of Revelation. He tells us that he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day and saw and heard things invisible to sense. It was given him to see the new heaven and the new earth, and to realize the state of man on earth when his heart of love holds sway. Well may he say, "Blessed is he that reads, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep the things that are written therein, for the time is at hand. I do not claim to fully understand the symbols manifold in this marvelous revelation, but all who have in any degree experienced the Great Awakening will find in it abundance of inspiration concerning the glory awaiting all who, through spiritual insight, have escaped the great illusion. Surely this power transcendent is the very heart of Christianity. It is the kingdom of power and the principle of glory. It is the great transfiguration wherein the inward becomes master of the outward, and the dominion of man over nature is eternally established. When we remember that this awakening, that there is in every human soul an infinite capacity for knowing the highest truth, we begin to learn what it means to preach the gospel to all men. Whitman, from his Mount of Transfiguration, writes, "This is the meal equally set. This is the meal for natural hunger. It is for the wicked just the same as for the righteous. I make appointments with all. I will not have a single person slighted or left away." While the Apostle John, thrilled by the ecstasy of the vision universal, cries out, "The Spirit and the bride say, Come. And let him that hear say, Come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely." I add my voice to the mighty choral invitation. To all who read these words and long for the kingdom consciousness and for direct knowing, to all who desire healing for the body through the transfiguration of the mind, to all who desire to radiate divine helpfulness and infinite good cheer, so that the very thought of you dispels the clouds of darkness and despair, I too would call you to the feast day of life. Not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but my eyes have seen, and my ears have heard, and there is in my soul a divine certainty that the kingdom of man is at hand. My soul has seen in vision deep the things that are to be, and since I've seen, in joy I sing of love's democracy. There are no sick, there are no poor, hate's captives all are free, my soul has seen, and deep I know the things I've seen shall be.